Pressing record.
Oh, are we recording?
Yeah.
Already?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna dive right in.
Well,
Yes, tell me, dear.
we can have this on, it's probably good to have recorded.
Money? There's money? We already sold an ad?
There's money.
There's already
What?
an ad?
For real?
After our first podcast,
Are you for
anonymous
serious?
high roller,
Shut the fuck up.
benefactor, patron,
Shut the
the
fuck
pod
up.
and the Substack,
No way.
came through big.
No.
And,
Really?
Figured I would be out of my duties to not share the wealth.
Wow.
So,
What a guy.
This
Shout
is
out.
shocking
I will
to
say,
me.
Shout out
on the
to the
pod, by accepting this money, you are committing to
The rest of your life.
the rest of your life on the Free Movie Ideas.
Now you're officially a professional podcaster. Screw you, Dad.
jumping you guys in.
I'm taking a picture of this.
Screw
You're
you,
not gonna
Dad.
believe this. Yeah, screw you, Dad.
So let's start the show.
Holy shit.
I want to know who it is. Was it Gal Gadot?
Actually,
I like these boys.
I was
I
listening.
like these boys.
I like them very
I like
much.
these boys.
One
One sounds Jewy.
Gail actually said she liked me. She said I sounded really sexy. She said you guys sounded good, but I'm more of her type.
You do have a really great radio voice.
I was going to say you guys have great radio voices, and Rick in particular.
Well, thank you for
Rick
saying
and
that. I don't know
Partic.
about that. I wish that Gal liked
Particky
it, but
Rick.
Maybe I'll win her over.
Come a
on
little
this
closer to the mic, dear.
Okay.
Don't
Well,
you ever watch
and-
Joe Rogan?
Yes, I
You
do.
gotta,
Of
you
course.
gotta go a little closer. How about this? I got a for those of you at home and can't see, Rappin' Rodney LP.
Oh, he rhymes and he raps. It's so good.
Oh, he's kind of
You guys are too
He's
young
getting
for
a
him,
little
but
hip-hop
he's a
with it.
famous comedian from back in the day.
Rodney Dangerfield. Yeah.
Where'd you get the
Oh!
Rappin' Rodney vinyl?
Someone got it for me as a gift.
Very sick.
Oh!
I heard I was actually on the train. This was very funny. And this guy who had just come out of some like character comedy acting class was telling his buddy about it, and you know he was sort of bragging and talking about like how he's getting really good at it. And then he was like, "Oh yeah, well, what I did at the audition was like I hit him with my." Here it is. It's Rodney Dangerfield as a slave master.
Oh, God.
And then he proceeded to just do like the worst impression of Rodney Dangerfield as a
Like,
slave
oh,
master. Like he was
okay.
literally just like, "Oh boy, look at the arms on him."
That's
pretty
great.
good.
That's pretty good. And this got him a role. It's got him a big Hollywood role.
I got him laughs according to
Yeah.
Oh.
according to him. It sounds like my voice is maybe cracking a little bit, but
That's puberty.
yeah, well,
Second puberty, that's a thing that
about
happens.
time for me. First puberty,
You're not cracking for me. It might be your cans here.
all good. So I will say, did listen back through the original pod. This is the original cast. We're not giving Apple the dignity of calling everything podcast.
Did they invent that?
I think so.
No way.
Yeah. Because
Wow.
iPod.
I
I learned this from
True.
filmmaker Eugene, who had me on his cast, and I respect. The problem is, pod sounds so much better than cast.
Yeah.
I like saying "come on the pod." I like saying that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Come on the cast sounds like you
It's
broke your
not-
arm and you're
Come on my
having-
Xerox
Yeah.
machine. Come on my Kleenex. Come on my trampoline.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you know trampoline is actually the brand? It's not what the thing is
itself.
called.
What-
Bullshit.
what's
It's
the
not a
thing itself?
trampoline?
It's not a trampoline.
Then what the hell is it?
It's called like a fucking like Wonder Bubbler or some shit.
A
Like a
bouncy
bounce
structure.
mat?
Yeah, something. But trampoline is a brand.
I hate that.
I know. Xerox.
Well, actually,
I used to sell Xerox machines door
I
to door.
love that. Trampoline, sponsor us.
Sponsor us.
Trampoline.
They're
give us
Israeli
some
enough.
money, please.
Right, that's the whole thing. Is yes, we are accepting commercial offers from anybody.
I can't believe some idiot sent us $300. You're like, actually, it was 1,000.
I mean, you're the boss here, so I
Yeah, dude, this
understand
is
if you're
your.
the-
You know,
yeah.
we're blessed to
We're your
even have this
employees.
paper in our hands. This is wonderful.
Well, I think they really like the pod, or the cast, excuse me, and
I don't. What maybe we should come up with a third thing because I don't love cast either.
yeah,
I do like the way you said cum, a cum pod.
Come.
But the guy, you already got the guys doing cum town, so
Yeah.
you can't
Yeah.
do cum pod.
Well, they're not doing it anymore, so it could be ours.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they already.
But respect.
What happened to the other members of that? Because I know Stavros like one of the guys on there,
Yeah, he's doing amazing.
and then
he's huge.
He's huge. But what happened to the other guys?
The other guys are also still very famous comedians because of the cast. They went on to do the Adam Friedland show,
Which I think just disbanded, right?
Maybe
I think we also
they might
covered
be
this in the
doing
last
more.
episode
They
of
might
the
be
pod.
doing more
Did we?
episodes. They might not be. That's great. We haven't even
This
made
is
it
a
to
pod
the second
about-
episode.
What's going
Cum
on
Town.
with the Cum Town boys?
Yeah.
What's going on
Update.
with them? What?
Okay, guys, weekly update.
Cum
Cum
date.
town.
So the feedback that I did get from our last episode is, three things. First one is I wasn't sounding dynamic enough. I was sort of doing more of a Red Scare vocal fry.
Vocal fry, laid
which
back.
I could do. It was very chill.
I was thinking, I like the chillness
Hit
of it,
the
but other
I
people
like the
wanted
chillness
a
of it.
little more excitement.
But it did put one of our listeners to sleep,
What?
unfortunately.
You're a bit NPR.
Yeah. Terry Gross, actually.
That's why I listen to podcasts.
Which
at
brings
bedtime.
me to my second point, which is that I didn't introduce myself on the pod.
I don't
on
think
the
either of
cast.
those notes matter.
So I did want to just take a moment to say my name is Bob Weinstein. With me today are Scott Rudin of Apple
Yep.
and
Gurgle Bernänian.
Gurgle Bernänian.
Yeah, I'm just an editor.
And Scott Rudin, I'm making a comeback. I was
producer.
hanging
There
back
you go
for
again
a
with the
while.
cum, dude. You're obsessed with cum. You're a cum fiesta.
am
can't say
obsessed with
comeback.
cum. Scott Rudin, I'm famously gay,
Talk
so I
closer to
love
this.
cum.
You can articulate the arm, get it where you want.
Yeah.
This
I
is
don't
a
wanna
nice
shout.
setup up here.
It's great, right? We're above the pub. We got a little podcast studio up here, but mostly just junk. And if you guys remember Gem Spa back
Gem
there,
Spa.
I bought the sign. Gem Spa,
That's amazing.
they invented a horrible drink called the egg cream.
The egg cream.
Yeah, it was on
You don't
St.
like
Mark's.
egg creams?
They're actually, I like it, but it is pretty bad.
It's a weird name.
What is
Have
like
you had one?
soda in milk?
I've had an egg cream. Yeah.
It's seltzer,
Seltzer
soda.
and-
It's seltzer, cream, and chocolate sauce.
Chocolate sauce.
It's kind
and a
of
little
like
vodka.
the same idea as a root beer float. You know, you're mixing soda and cream and egg. And
Cream
things of
goes
that
good
nature.
with like everything, though.
Yeah, you'd be
You could put
surprised.
it anywhere.
I like a White Russian. I think it's an underappreciated drink. But I might be the only one, and that's probably why it's underappreciated.
I'd have like one of them.
You know
it's
what's
weird
funny?
to have two.
It's a lot
Speaking
of
of
milk.
White
Yeah.
Russians, when we opened the bar, we had like an insane deal on Stoli. And Stoli was our vodka for a while because when the war broke out, no one wanted to buy Stoli. So they were just giving it away. And
Everyone-
they're like, people think it's Russian, but it's actually Lithuanian.
That's like when people stopped drinking Corona because coronavirus.
Really?
Yeah, there
no,
was-
people really
No
did that.
fucking way.
Uh-huh.
People are the best.
People are really awesome.
best.
So
Yeah.
like not drinking Stoli thing, I actually saw like there's this now defunct bar across the street from my house that like put up this sign. It was very self-righteous that was like, no Russian vodka served here.
That's awesome.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
I'm doing my part.
To keep away, I don't know.
Is that that
the most
playhouse?
unspecific customer. Like, can you imagine like you walk in and you're like, can I have what's a Russian vodka?
Exactly. What the fuck is it? Like Grey Goose?
Grey Goose?
Sure.
Maybe?
No.
Is Grey Goose French? No, Belvedere
that sounds more
French?
European.
I know
Stoli.
one of them has the
Sky?
Yeah, let me have
Sky's definitely from, like, Waukegan.
Svedka. That sounds Russian as hell.
Svedka sounds.
My daughter Svedka. She will suck you off.
She is
she
trained
12
killer.
years old.
She's a robot. So it's fine. you made your sex bot underage? Yes.
Wait,
She's 12.
that could be a movie, like that movie Hannah, but
Yeah.
Svedka. And there's the whole movie is a brand tie-in.
Dude, you know what I just found
You're
out? So
obsessed with brand tie-ins, dude.
Okay,
you got
That's what you gotta-
$100 bill and
that's
you're
what you-
obsessed now.
That's what you got to do. I'm
Listen.
realistic about the business.
I just found out actually this week I went to a seminar on film distribution because I wanted to learn more about how we are going to
Thank God someone's out there
bring
doing the work.
movies back. And
Yep.
it turns out that did you know WeTransfer won an Academy Award?
No.
Yeah, brands are now actually actively directly funding films as like the producer. It's not like, you know,
Chick-fil-A.
James Seamus from
They have their own streaming service
It's
now,
and James Seamus is a real guy. But also the fake name that I made up. But it's like the brand is the producer on the film.
So We Transfer produced a film?
Yeah, We Transfer produced a film that managed to garner an Oscar. Shout out to We Transfer.
Do you know what
movie?
it was? Here, talk closer to that.
I don't want to.
You can move it. You can move the thing.
I'm afraid of shouting.
Because otherwise you won't sound dynamic enough.
I want to sound dynamic, but I'm afraid of shouting. I have a naturally booming voice.
Bombastic voice.
All right.
Nobody remembers.
That's crazy. Wait, do you know the name of the film?
No, I don't.
Okay. Yeah, because it was garbage.
It was no other
film
land.
made by, yeah, it was. They actually almost killed one of the filmmakers.
I have
by
a question.
Throttling his
I
internet
actually have a couple
access.
questions. Do we think that Snow White could reach like the Room status of cult following for how bad it was?
I don't think so. It's a different kind of bad.
But are we interested? I would like to see it because I want to see what all the hype is about.
We should go see it. And
If it was
support
like a 6.7, I'd be like, I don't need to see that. But it's a 1.8 or something.
Yeah,
I'm like, I
which is
gotta see
cool.
that. Yeah, I'm like,
I mean,
what is going
apparently
on
it's
here?
really, really, really bad. Apparently it's really bad. And I was devastated to hear the news that it flopped.
I
Here's-
also don't think it has to do with DEI. I don't think it has to do with the Palestine tweet. I think it's just people don't want to watch remakes anymore. that are
People don't
like-
want
like-
Disney 2.5-hour Disney slop
but
remakes.
they just did fucking The Wicked Witch of the West, and everyone, you know,
They love that shit.
Yeah, I mean everybody is.
So
But that's
maybe
not a
I'm wrong,
remake.
actually.
That's the first interpretation of Wicked the musical.
Fine.
Which is an
Different.
interpretation
Different.
of Wizard.
Everybody
Wizard
seems
of
to
Oz.
be really excited about the upcoming live-action Lilo and Stitch movie, which the trailer actually looks good.
Well, and that movie is cool. Who doesn't like Lilo and Stitch?
Right. I mean,
Yeah.
Snow White is. It's a little bit. It's just feels like it's been so done before. Like, wasn't there Maleficent with Angelina Jolie?
And there was Snow White and the
she
Huntsman.
Snow White and the
showed her
Huntsman.
cans in that film.
Yes.
Angelina
Yeah,
Jolie.
yes.
She was topless the whole movie.
Famously.
Yep.
There were CGI cans.
What? Kate Blanchett is in one.
Yeah. No, she was Cinderella.
Oh, different story, different
Same-
universe.
same kind of
same
vibe.
universe, same forest.
Same universe,
Same
yeah.
100-acre wood.
They were friends.
You know what was
Talk
great?
about what I had when I was watching that movie. 100-acre wood.
That's dynamic.
You're gonna have to explain.
He was hard as a rock.
Oh.
His penis.
Okay.
By the way, he has a
Yeah.
phenomenal penis.
Gurgle. It's okay.
Don't discount him.
Yeah. Well, that's great.
His penis has a mustache.
That
actually.
really? That's awesome.
You got to match top and bottom.
Should I do a mustache? You guys are doing mustaches.
I'm a little stuffed up. I apologize for that. But yeah, you should
Oh,
do a
you
mustache.
had a little night last night.
No. I went to
No,
sleep.
no.
No.
let me smell your mustache.
Yeah.
It's going to smell like mustache.
Mm-hmm.
Probably when you smell it.
No, the thing about Snow White, right, where I think they missed is like, you know, if actors were fighting in your cast, use that as like your kayfabe wrestling style.
Was that a thing? They were fighting?
Oh, yeah.
the
I
cast?
think they were like throwing shade at each other under cover in like discreet little ways throughout, and
Sure.
they were sort of latching on to like the drama to kind of help introduce the film to people. But like, you know, you think about, you have something like that, why not sell it as like Snow White Smackdown? We are
Yeah.
about to see Rachel Zegler face
They should
off
fight each
against
other.
Gail Greenstein.
Gal's team Israel, of course, and Rachel was team Palestine, and there was tension between the two of them.
Oh, because Gal's
Sexual
in it.
tension.
She's in the IDF. Yeah, she's a general.
She
4 stars?
Actually,
Yeah.
true. So Gal, what
She's
is
a
Gal the
4-star
Wicked
general.
Witch? Or?
She's the Wicked Witch.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is that the clip you sent where she's like, "Whoa"?
Yes,
That's Gal?
Scooby-Doo. That is
Yeah.
that is Gal, beautiful Gal Gadot.
This pod is about Gal.
It's about Gal and
it's
Snow
actually
White and the new Snow
Until
White
we
film.
get her on the pod, we're going to
She's
mention her in
sponsored.
every
She's the one who
episode.
sent us $300.
Can you imagine? We have Gal Gadot on the pod. And she's just talking about like, well, my process is it's a combination of Meisner and a little bit of Esper, but I also am somewhat method with it. And I'm just like,
she's just like confused why she's sitting at the table, just looking at her agent the whole time, like, why am I here?
I've burst through my 100-acre wood.
100-acre wood.
Let us see.
I do love hearing those stories of like the feuds on set, like Hugh Jackman on Royal Tenenbaums.
Hugh Jackman on Royal Tenenbaums.
Yeah.
Famously.
Yeah.
That's why he's not in the movie. He left midway through shooting.
Really?
Yeah, dude. They completely cut all his lines.
That's why he's not in the movie.
Yeah.
That checks out.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, Gene Hackman in Logan also got cut out of the film.
Wait, who did I say?
Hugh Jackman.
Is it Hugh Jackman or Gene Hackman? Yeah, Gene.
Those do sound pretty similar now that I think about it.
Yeah, Gene Hackman was...
That's just his name in reverse.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
But he's
Hugh.
known to... He had a reputation of
Gene.
being kind of an asshole, like just in general.
He told it like it is.
Right. He's old school.
Old school, white guy.
Yeah.
Big,
Nothing better than old school white guy.
He wasn't taking no guff.
Yeah.
I rewatched, actually for the first time, French Connection.
Yeah.
Pretty
It's
good
like
movie.
Totally fine.
Popeye
Pretty good.
Doyle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's totally fine. He's like pretty bad in it. You can tell that he didn't really like come into his own yet. It's not the Gene Hackman or Hugh Jackman that like I know and love. I was like, who's this guy? This is like young, like angry actor that's just like one dimensional.
Who's a Gene Hackman you know and love? The Birdcage?
The Replacements.
Oh, yeah. Sure. Great movie. Underrated
Enemy of the
sports
State.
movie. Enemy of the State. Definitely. Under Suspicion. Behind Enemy Lines.
Behind Enemy Lines. Yeah, like that's the guy.
I
That's
remember
Dad.
watching Behind Enemy
love you,
Lines
Dad.
in the theaters and being like, now that is a movie.
Yeah, it was great.
Who's the Owen Wilson?
Yeah.
Is the lead of that, which is interesting because I don't know how many action lead roles that he did after that. Even though he was a pretty solid action lead, like I bought him as an Air Force pilot behind Enemy Lines.
Yeah.
Marley and Me.
Right. Where he
It's not
a bunch
bad.
of
Kills
kids
the dog.
hire him to kill their dog.
Is that
Kill
the one
their
where
dog.
he feeds his wife the dog?
Yeah.
And he's like, you like that? She's like, it's interesting. He's like, that's Muppets. That's Muppy.
That's a Muppy.
Muppy and Me.
Muppy and Me.
Which brings me to one of my favorite early free movie ideas, Marley and Me Too.
Marley gets Me Too'd.
There's a hashtag.
Yeah.
So it's a sequel to the film where the dog now has gotten a little big for his britches. It's a movie about the movie, and in the production of the movie, he's a bad boy.
Yeah. Opening scene is just him in the living room, and he's reading the New York Times or the Wall Street Journal, actually, and he's like smoking a cigarette.
He gets a
and
phone
he slaps
call.
his mom on the ass. He's like, how about some pancakes?
Yeah,
His
no,
mom?
he's like.
His master, sorry.
His owner.
Yeah.
I like
about
the
some
idea
pancakes,
of
bitch.
like a dog who's like, a little older, but he's still like suckling. He's still getting some milk from his dog mom just because he never grew out of it.
Forcibly taking the milk.
Yeah.
Makes it Me Too-y.
Let me get a little.
Yeah. And she's like, you're 8 years old.
That's
And in
'cause
dog
you-
years, that's 86. You don't need to have any more mommy's milk.
She's like dry. She's got the skin like hanging down to the floor,
yeah.
beagle style,
I mean, you hold on.
melted.
You hold on to your milk forever, right?
I think you can keep producing it so long as it's being
Sucked.
Yeah,
As long as it's being sucked.
Yeah.
So you want to
Removed
keep
from
getting
you.
sucked.
Yeah. Like in my family, all the women still produce milk because
Okay. Yeah.
in Armenian culture, you keep sucking.
You keep sucking.
Wasn't that a holdover from Armenian history where the food was scarce?
Yeah,
You needed to make your boys big and strong.
the situation we call it.
Right, the thing that happened.
Yeah,
that
we don't want
did
to scare
happen.
away any advertisers. So
Definitely not. Turkey, big money.
Turkey's delicious.
Turkey is great, and they got all kinds of money to throw at things. So
Turkey like the meat, or turkey like the country?
the country is actually the producer of the
Of
meat.
turkey.
Yeah.
Where do you think all the turkeys come from?
I didn't think
You never
about
saw
it.
a video of that guy in the turkey farm? He's like, oh, no, Allahu Akbar. And they're like,
No, that's news to me.
Yeah. Similarly, the broccoli family of the James Bond, formerly of
Barbara
the
Broccoli.
James Bond Enterprise,
Yeah.
is actually related to the vegetable broccoli.
Huh.
hell yeah.
Like the
Learn
naming
something
of
every
the
day.
thing came from the same place where they were. It's like Olivia Colman and
Yeah.
Coleman's mustard.
Yep.
These are all true things. You can look them up.
You can look them up.
We don't have to.
And we love broccoli here on this podcast. We love the broccoli family.
Do you guys know about when
Barack Obama.
We love Barack Obama.
Barack
and his
Obama.
Netflix deal that he has.
Broccoli Obama would be a great Sesame Street
Broccoli
Muppet.
Obama.
Broccoli Obama.
And now, Broccoli Obama.
Is a
It's like,
great-
kids, get your vitamins A and D.
It's a great way to get kids on both sides of the aisle to eat broccoli. Because on one side, it's like, it's going to make you big and strong. And on the other side, it's like, I'm going to eat this motherfucker.
Yeah. They're
It's
delicious.
going to be delicious. I'm going to slather them in cheese and just
Yeah.
smash them between
Yeah,
my
yeah. There's
teeth.
one character who's just, he's always trying to eat broccoli. Barack Obama. He's like, get over here. He's got a flannel shirt and he drives a pickup. He's going to put some American cheese on you.
He uses an axe to just like chop it at the
Yeah.
stalk.
It's a kid show, you know?
Yeah, of course.
It writes itself.
Which, speaking of, it's sort of another maybe long game idea, but do you guys remember Wonder Chosen?
Of course.
Yeah.
When are they going to bring back a sort of awful kids show?
Now more than ever would be a great time for a Wonder Chosen.
Right?
Type thing.
Miss Rachel is an incredible phenomenon. For those of you listening to the pod who aren't familiar with Miss Rachel,
I know
Miss
it.
Rachel is she's like a children's entertainer on YouTube.
Yeah.
That, like, you know, because she said that like all children should live with dignity, is vilified by like 50% of
What do you mean?
the world now.
Because that's
Because that's what we do.
Is that
Yeah.
is that a fact that she's vilified?
Yeah,
I
it's
thought
like
she
there's
was
huge,
globally loved brand.
She was, until she said that children shouldn't die.
she got too woke with it.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
problematic.
And that's, you know, go woke.
Go woke, go broke.
We're paving over Sesame Street.
This is a woke pod.
Well, yes,
We
of
should
course.
make donations to.
But not too woke.
Or medium woke. I'm
No,
definitely
but-
woke.
We should go full blown.
We should, yeah. It's
I don't know how to do it,
full-blown
but I
woke.
want to just taste it. I want to see what it's like.
to be on the right side of history.
Yeah.
Greg.
The left side of history.
So now we're a woke podcast because we adapt. We
You
are
gotta
nothing
move with the
if we
times.
don't,
Minute to minute,
You gotta
we're
change with the
adapting. You never
times.
know where we're going to end up.
act on our feet here.
Yeah.
Which is great, and I think a great place to get into the movie idea of the day that we're going to brainstorm on. Which, last week we had Rick's picks.
Yeah.
Today we're going to go with a selection from Gurgle Bernänian.
Hi. Okay, I didn't look at this list. Was I supposed to?
Yeah, you were supposed to pick a movie.
I thought we do it
Idea.
live.
We'll just do it live.
The problem is
Fuck
there's-
it, we'll do it live. You guys remember that?
Of course. It's the best.
And
I
I-
watch
and I
it once a
condemn it.
month.
You condemn it.
because that was Bill O'Reilly.
That was Bill O'Reilly?
Yeah.
Early Bill.
Yeah.
Early Bill O'Reilly.
Whatever
who
happened to
is
that guy?
Not a friend of this cast.
Nope. We're a woke podcast. We don't want Bill O'Reilly on this podcast.
All right, I got a great one here.
All right, let's do it.
A black James Bond in America with a sexy white female New England Highway Patrol cop as a Bond girl. Is that a movie premise?
It is, yeah.
There's enough there.
Yeah.
There's enough there.
Yeah.
I mean, I gotta say, I do think that, you know, a black James Bond in America with a highway patrol cop, Mrs. Officer type, as a Bond girl.
We were so close to a black James
We
Bond.
kind of got it with Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
This
The
He
new
was
one.
basically
The new
Black
one.
James Bond.
This is more or less Black James Bond, and even with the Mr.
And he
Mrs.
was great.
Smith
I actually think he would be a great Bond.
show. I don't know why super spies are always generally like either they're Westerners in Europe and the rest of the world, or they're foreigners who are spies undercover in the United States. What about a spy in the United States who is an American?
An American spy in America.
An American spy
Why
in
not?
America. Why not?
I think they like the culture clash of a Russian pretending to be American or whatever it is.
Right, but think about like our divided nation. Think about our divided nation.
If you're not thinking about our divided nation, dude, what are you doing? on the
I'm
Woke
always
Pod?
thinking about our divided nation. I mean, you could do
Hollywood isn't.
You could do no, and Hollywood should be listening up. They should be listening up now more than ever. I mean, our nation is so divided. We're almost like two countries at this point. We have the woke part of the country, and we have the not woke part of the country. So you could be a woke spy in unwoke territory. You could be an unwoke spy in woke territory.
Or you could be a spy playing both sides against each
Or
other.
you could be there could be layers.
You don't even know what your assignment is until you're knee deep in New Hampshire with a highway patrol, a sexy highway patrol cop,
Sexy highway patrol cop.
and you're knee deep in her,
Right, yeah.
I got it.
but you don't know whose
It's
side
a no-brainer.
you're on.
Yeah.
The premise is Space Hitler.
Another early free movie idea.
So he's
Speaks for
Hitler.
It writes
itself.
itself. I mean, June 14th, 2018 at 10
That's,
p.m.
oh yeah, that's an early one.
At 10 p.m., your post-dinner, you just had your chicken breasts with your Greek salad, sitting on the couch, watching a fuzzy TV, and it just pops in your head. You're like, oh my God,
Space Hitler.
my guy Hitler, but in space.
But in space. Now, the thing about Space Hitler is, are there space Nazis? Did he bring them up with him? Or
No, this is a different universe.
Yeah, I think it's like a new.
This
it's
is
new
a
guy.
different universe. He is Hitler, but we are a multi-planetary race, and Hitler's at the helm. It's the Empire. It's Star Wars.
it's Star Wars. Now, correct me.
Take off Darth's helmet, and he got a little mustache.
Correct me if I'm misinterpreting your words here, but are you suggesting that Space Hitler is the good guy?
What if? I'm just saying, hear him out in outer space.
We are in uncharted territories.
No, I've been in these waters. I know these waters well.
Yeah, I've thought about this before.
Yeah.
Wait, so it's to clarify, it is the Hitler that we know.
Has to be.
It's the Hitler.
Yeah.
Not just like
Yeah,
a new
but he-
version.
Young or old, though?
No.
This is important.
It's
What
Hitler.
age?
It's Hitler in 1939, and he, but he has the sentiments of a futuristic citizen.
Oh, so it's like
So
he's
he's
got
not like a
he's just got a lot of willpower
Yeah, I mean that goes without saying. He's
and
got a lot of willpower.
and
I
a
mean,
knack for
yeah.
public speaking.
He's already in leadership, so he's the Darth Vader figure. How do we make it not Star Wars?
How do we make it not Star Wars? Well, for one,
You could start earlier, like young Anakin.
young Anakin.
Yeah,
Young Hitler.
before he turns to the dark side. It's
Oh,
Star Wars.
interesting. So he's at space art school.
Yeah, painting.
He's painting
Painting
with
cats.
space pastels, and
Or I mean, if it was the kind of thing where instead of killing Hitler, they send him into space, and he needs to start from scratch, basically
This is interesting.
in space.
You take Earth's 1945 Hitler before he kills himself.
before he kills himself.
The Allies secret space agency goes into the bunker, and they're like, okay, you have two choices. We have a big problem
big
in
problem.
outer space, and we need you to go up there and rally the troops.
We've seen that you're good at it.
Yeah, or you can die.
Yeah,
He's like,
and
I
we'll
will
make it
do
look
this.
like you did it yourself.
I will do this mission.
We're gonna pull your pants down, make it look like you were jerking off.
Was
And
that
then
a thing?
Yeah,
Shut the fuck up.
seriously, dude.
No.
They made him look like he was jerking off.
No, he was jerking off when he killed himself.
No.
He busted and then busted.
He did the classic, whatever, asphyxiation kind of thing.
He cum potted?
Yeah.
Dude,
That's pretty
is that
tight.
true?
You can look it up.
We don't have to.
There you go.
I mean,
See, we're
it's
really
just true.
hammering out the
It's just
details
true.
here.
under all that stress, and he still found time to masturbate.
Okay,
One
I think that this is
last-
probably animated. It's an
Ooh.
animated film.
It could be animated, yeah.
They go in and they're like, we need you to go up there. And we already have like a galactic
Federation.
We have there's already like infantry. You have hundreds of thousands of troops at your disposal. But we need a guy who can lead them.
Oh, that's so now we are actually getting somewhere interesting, which is like we're evolved as a people. We've made it into space, but we don't exactly have the will to do what's necessary to defend the Earth.
Yeah. And we're not saying go up there and Holocaust. We're like, don't do that. Okay.
Obviously,
don't do that.
Putting some checks and balances in place.
Like,
Can't let you fall into the same patterns.
yeah.
But that's his problem.
Because there is an alien race that do resemble Jews. And it's like, don't be obsessed with these people.
Don't do that. Just avoid that.
Yeah,
just
like,
avoid that one.
Okay, so there are these aliens, and they are like
The first act, they're just hiding them from
they're just minding their business.
They've got
and
disguises.
he's like, we are working with these people. It's like, yeah, they're allies. Okay,
They're actually the good guys.
it's like the fucking the Harry Potter like bankers, the Harry Potter trolls.
Right, who are definitely not.
They're definitely not Jew coded. No,
Of the
at the bank.
at the bank.
Do you
Yeah.
think that she went like more woke because they went after her for that? And she's like, no, that's not what I was doing. No.
Yeah,
Gandalf's gay. Gandalf's gay.
She tried to retcon kind of like what And Just Like That was doing with Sex in the City after the fact, being like, yeah, no, Dumbledore was gay. That person was.
I said Gandalf.
Gay. Yeah,
It is Gandalf.
Same actor.
Gandalf is gay. They're all gay, and yeah, she tried to later go and try and save herself, but then she
that's
mucked
why.
it all up.
Wow.
She mucked it all up.
Yeah.
Which here's the thing. She was just trying to be inclusive, and
She was trying.
there's some people on the too woke left who have decided that we're not even going to give her credit for trying.
Imagine that conversation with the costume department. And like, okay, so in the book you have this like really like angry kind of little people who run the financial system. How do you want that to go? She's like,
sector.
long ears, long nose.
And they love
Short.
gold. They're always rubbing their hands
They're always
together.
rubbing their hands.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
guy's like, got it. Okay.
The actor comes over. He's like, Mr. Columbus, do you have any notes for us? And he's like, I did do Home Alone. I do
Honey, I Shrunk the
think
Kids.
that you want to nasal on one hand and like hungry.
Evil looking
Yeah.
eyes.
Squint.
When they look at you, you're scared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're still the good guys.
But they're still okay, yeah.
They represent a financial establishment that is absolutely necessary in exactly the way that it is. That's an interesting thing about the parallel universe of the Harry Potter world is that they didn't remove themselves from the gold standard.
Gold is still gold, baby.
Well,
Everywhere in the
Gold
universe.
is gold.
Gold is gold in the wizarding world. They removed the rest of non-wizarding people are using whatever fake money that we use now.
The Muggles.
The Muggles,
Yeah.
right? Think that their
Muggles.
credit cards are
Yeah.
worth
Whatever
something.
they use, yeah.
But in Harry Potter, like the
Very interesting.
inner world, they're still running on gold. Which,
Huh.
of course, who better to deal with the gold than the
troll
banking
people.
establishment?
And when she saw the first draft of the mask, she was like, no, that nose is not big enough.
Can you make them shorter?
That nose needs to be 8 inches.
Make them shorter. Give them good dicks.
Nice dicks.
Good
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah, good enough.
Decent.
Give them good enough.
We
dicks.
want you to be able to see their dick and be like, I'm
I
surprised.
want to see print.
Honestly,
the print is.
I'm impressed.
Yeah.
Not too impressed, but
What was the movie where the nose became a dick? And it was like Chevy Chase, and there was like a junkyard like fucking judge.
I don't know.
And their car broke down.
Man. Yeah, dude.
It's like a really fucking bizarre
it
movie.
Sucks. It's awesome. It's got Dan Aykroyd.
Dan Aykroyd is the judge.
Chevy Chase. Oh man, it's like.
And
it's
for
called
some
something
reason-
like.
It's called like Bad News or something like
Whoops,
that.
we did something.
Yeah.
It's oh my god, and
But
it was
his nose becomes a dick for no reason.
yeah,
That sounds hilarious.
because they're like kind of maybe in hell. It's like
a
a weird.
80s.
Have you guys seen movie 43?
I never
When-
saw it. People
when
bring it up all the time.
Hugh Jackman has a ball sack on his chin.
Hugh? Is it Hugh?
It's Gene Hackman. Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman has a ball sack.
He has
on
a ball
his
sack on his chin. And he goes on a date with Kate Winslet. It's hilarious.
and she's trying not to like.
she's
say
trying not to
anything.
react to it. And he's perfect in every other way.
Simpler times.
Yeah.
The movie was directed by Dan Aykroyd. Director.
I have to say, after our first pod, I did make some phone calls. I kind of left on a down note.
Nothing but trouble.
Nothing but trouble. Yeah.
Nothing
Highly
but trouble.
recommend. You got to see it.
We were pretty
Never even
close
heard
with
of
a
it.
title that's like,
Whoops,
oops,
I did it.
Bad things. Sucks, dude. It's awesome because it's like one of those like I don't know. I've always been on. I'm always on the hunt for movies that showcase yuppies. I think
Yeah.
they're underrepresented in culture now because they've morphed into something else. But
Like,
We have
what-
lots
what-
of
what would you say?
yuppie satire.
there's
There's more
yuppie
than enough
satire.
Like You Got Mail?
yeah,
It's like a good yuppie
of that. Or
representation.
like
Got
a,
Mail is
like
a
a
good
Nora
yuppie.
Ephron movie. Something's got to give.
Something's got to give. But even like
Breakup?
that type of yuppie is like gone by like 2008 because they all lost it in the recession.
Right.
Like, what's your top yuppie representation?
I think it might be those like sexy thrillers of the 80s. Or Crimes of Passion is a good one.
Never saw it. Never heard of her.
Fatal Attraction.
Attraction is a really good one.
Never
Even
saw
Basic
it.
Instinct. You could
Basic
also include
Instinct
that.
Never
is
saw it.
another like yuppie thriller.
You gotta see it.
Oh, you know what it might be?
You
is,
recommend?
The bedroom window.
Never
The
saw
bedroom
it.
The
window.
hand that rocks the cradle.
Hand That Rocks the Cradle.
Never
Yep.
saw it.
Classic.
Oh man, you lucky you.
Oh, why am I on this pod? I haven't seen shit.
It's because you're fast on your feet.
Idle Hands.
Idle Hands. Great film.
Not yuppies.
Not yuppies.
It's more punk rock, but it's
It's like alt rock.
You know.
Yeah, it's like a Green
it's all
Day
rock.
movie.
Yeah, totally.
Do you remember that?
It's punk
Idle
rock in the
Hands.
ethos.
Yeah.
He puts his hand in the microwave.
Of course.
And just like Jessica Alba at her goddamn fucking prime. She's probably like 15 in the movie.
Jessica Alba, come back to the movies, please. We miss you, and come on the
Yeah,
podcast.
do another surfing movie.
Well, Jessica Alba is actually probably going to have to go back in the movies because coconut water is running out.
And
Is that
Diddy,
what her
she-
business is?
She probably was into
Yeah,
Diddy
she
stuff.
moved over into like Honest Tea, and I think she might do Zico coconut. She became like a high-powered investor. She probably has $1 billion.
I think she's a billionaire. Yeah.
And you say coconut water is scarce?
Yeah, you know they pay monkeys to get the coconuts out of the trees, and the monkeys are forming a union.
That could be
They
a
do be
movie.
doing that.
That could be a movie, almost like a monkey uprising of sorts.
Oh,
Humans versus monkeys.
humans versus monkeys, but it's like very not sci-fi.
Yeah, more of
like-
it's like a union story.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Yeah.
like Matewan
Yeah.
or the Molly Maguires. It's a labor movie.
It's a labor unionizing movie.
about
yeah,
the monkeys who come up against their bosses at the coconut factory.
yeah. It's
Yeah,
more
they're
about the
just like-
organizing
I'm not
in
kidding.
the
It's
courts.
like you can look on certain coconut water cans and says like no monkey labor.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
I don't want any monkey labor in my coconut
You're blowing
water.
my mind right now.
Dad, look
Because
it
I'm
up.
going to CVS to buy all the coconut water.
I just
And
bought
I
a
wanna-
coconut water today.
I guess I could
love
just look
coconut
at it. I don't have
water.
to buy it.
No, you don't have to buy it, but you might
But I
want
want
to
to support the
study it.
monkeys.
Well, that's the problem. That's why they're striking.
We need to. We need
I do
to
like the
unionize.
working class monkeys who are like, they talk just like humans. They kind of just like, you know,
blue collar.
they're blue collar people.
No, those
Yeah.
are the monkeys that are the first to sell the other monkeys under the bus.
And
What other
then-
monkeys under the bus?
What's the?
If you're not blue collar, then
What's the? No, it's the like the senior management, middle class monkeys.
are selling
They're not
out
the owners of
working
the
class.
factory.
Well, no.
They can
No,
barely
the,
make. They can barely
dude, the
use an
orangutans.
abacus.
The orangutans own the factory. The fat cats. You know, they sit around. They're fat.
Yeah,
And then you have like the
scratching their
chimps. The
junk.
chimps are like the workers, like
Right.
putting together the cars, welding. And then you have the like squirrel monkeys are obviously the Jews who handle the financial.
They are good with an abacus.
Yeah.
You can train them to slide the beads to the end.
I like this movie.
I like this movie,
This
too.
movie is
I mean,
catching my eye.
they could be, you know, they could go hand in hand. I mean, this could just be
A part
there
of-
could be a planet where
There could be a monkey coconut water
Oh,
planet.
so-
yeah, yeah. I mean,
Don't tell
Yeah.
me Space Hitler is called in to crush the monkey uprising.
Not that. I
Well-
was gonna say with the space Hitler. I don't want to give Hitler. Call me crazy. I don't want to give Hitler any sort of redemption.
Oh, what?
Arc. No,
I support you.
and it seemed like it was heading in that direction a little bit. Where okay, we're gonna give Hitler a second chance.
yeah, but
to-
maybe it's the bad guys. Maybe like the bad guys need a Hitler, right? And the good guys are somebody else.
But we're just coming. The story is from the perspective of the bad guys.
That's just how it starts.
That's how it starts.
Yeah.
And then where does it
we
go?
We are famously too afraid to have
Give Hitler a redemption arc.
have complex characters.
Absolutely not. Not doing that.
No, we're
trying
not
to sell
gonna
this
do that.
thing.
Right?
Well, and we're a woke podcast and a woke movie idea
We're
generating
a woke media enterprise.
woke media enterprise.
You could do like a
is
little Nicky
incorporated.
thing with Hitler where you shove a pineapple up his ass. Just like, it's like, yeah, Hitler's in the movie, but we just like put a pineapple
They're
up
just
his
punishing
ass.
him. Yeah, I just watched Little Nicky.
Yeah, but I do
recently.
think
It's a
that
good
you
movie.
might like empathize with the fact that like he's still getting up every day despite his continued suffering, and we don't want that either.
Because he's determined to get the job done.
Yeah, exactly.
Would you be more comfortable with a Stalin
Yeah,
for some reason?
yeah,
Probably killed more people.
yeah.
Space Stalin.
You're like, something just feels better about him.
He's less of a controversial figure.
Less of an
Somehow,
ideologue.
yeah.
We also
Yeah.
can't understand him.
Stalin.
Yeah, it's no subtitles.
What if you get all of the heads of World War II up there?
They
And
send them all,
like
and
they
they're-
all
they're
go up
kind of like
together, and
the-
they have to work together as like a
They're like the Avengers
yeah.
in space. Hitler and Stalin and
It just sounds like an Archer
know.
episode.
Hirohito.
yep.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's what they're doing for the next Avengers movie. So
So they already have that covered. is
They
what
do
you're saying?
already have
They
that covered.
Okay.
The
unfortunately,
League of Interesting Gentlemen.
Of bad.
yeah, they're just interesting.
Gentlemen.
But all we can say is they're just interesting.
As soon as they get up to the spaceship, they're like, nobody knows us here.
The League of
Like nobody knows us here. They're like jumping up and down. No, guys, we know who you are.
We know who you are.
Yeah, we've been watching.
You have to go work at the monkey factory.
Yeah. If
That's
it was
like
like
the
a small
bottom-
task,
the bottom
if it
monkey.
was a small task like that, like forget the Federation, forget the infantry, forget the military, whatever. They just get sent to this factory just to kind of just run it,
They get sent to the monkey factory.
just to
run it.
push paperwork.
But then they kind of work their way up.
And I like the idea that like all of the coconuts go into this big machine that turns all the coconuts into the
I thought they were
coconut
making cars.
water.
Are they're mining coconuts?
We could do like a blue collar thing. You ever see?
Who the hell? Somebody's at the door.
That happens.
I think it's Gal Gadot.
She's here to kill us.
After what we said.
Yeah, no. So I think the thing is like, you ever see Blue Collar, Paul Schrader movie? It's about like three kind of regular schlubs who work at an automobile factory, and they start to get a little too woke. You know, they start to think about like organizing or whatever. So some consultant type is like, well, what we do here is what we always do here, and we just get one of them to get promoted, and he's immediately just going to sell out all his friends. And he does.
That's what
It's a great
happens.
movie. It's got Richard Pryor, Yaphet Kotto, and Harvey Keitel.
Well done.
Who's the one who sells out the friends?
Richard Pryor.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah,
That's how
I
it
hate to
goes.
see it.
I know.
That's how it goes.
But back to the idea about the coconut factories. All of the coconuts go into this giant machine,
Yeah.
and then on the other side, it's like it cuts through the dimensions, and there's just a faucet, in Jessica Alba's apartment,
Ooh.
where she fills up the
She
bottle.
fills up the bottles, and she's personally packaging and
She doesn't know the
sending them
pain
out.
and anguish she's causing every time she like
She's in
rips
founder.
the faucet.
She's in founder mode.
Yeah. You got to make tough decisions if you're the founder.
Well, that's the whole thing. Is like she doesn't know.
She has no idea.
where the coconut juice is coming from.
She has no
Yeah.
idea that there's
the
this.
pain and suffering.
It's-
on
It's
the
like
other
it's like a
side.
pact that she made with another with a gorilla,
Ooh.
a silverback gorilla that showed up at her door one day.
The gorillas are the execs.
The gorillas are the execs. They made her a deal she couldn't refuse.
Gorillas are the execs. The orangutans are upper management. Chimps, blue collar workers.
And then Hitler.
Starts at the
Mussolini.
bottom.
Maybe Hitler just shows up at the end.
He just showed-
Yeah, just for the shootout.
I heard you. Is dein hiring?
He just shows up at the end because like there's just like a fuck up in all of the what's that stupid shit that Marvel does with the different like worlds?
multiverse.
Yeah, there's just like a
Multiverse.
bit. There's a bit of a snafu.
Yeah,
In the multiverse.
which happens.
It happens when you're-
that's
all
always
the
that's
time.
the plot of most of the movies at this point.
Yeah, when you're
Oopsie.
sending coconut water through the multiverse, I mean, there's a good chance Hitler just shows up and he's like, "What? No more
Okay, so-
pineapples."
So he's not the main player here anymore. He kind of just shows up.
I think it still checks the box.
Well,
Hitler in
it is.
space.
It's one of those
Yeah.
movies where it's like he's telling the story at the beginning of the movie. He's like the narrator.
He's
like,
telling it
stand
to
by-
his-
if he's
to his
reading
granddaughter.
if he's reading his nephew a book
Yeah.
like in
Stand by me,
Princess Bride.
the never-ending story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Peter Falk style. He's like, well,
full regalia.
Yeah.
Hitler's second act. I had my whole first act that everybody knows about. This is my second act.
yeah, and then at the end of the movie, he arrives at this factory in the midst of a full uprising,
Yeah.
and he has to pick a side.
It sounds ridiculous, but I'm in. It does work.
I think it works.
All right, now my next question: how much are you in for?
$5,000.
Okay,
$5,000.
That'll get us a treatment, maybe maybe we put it into
No, we
just
could do the treatment.
generating a trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rick,
$50.
Come on, Rick.
that's a little.
Come on, dude.
Okay,
$5,000.
no,
I
I
got
get it.
50
I'm not
bucks.
gonna. There's no accounting for taste.
I actually was bummed after our last episode because I discovered that you can't make movies after talking to you.
yeah.
I was like, man, Emerson knows a lot. You actually can't do it. It's impossible. You got
Not
to know people. You got to blow
With
people.
that attitude.
Yeah, no, it's wrong. I'm trying to break out of it. But
If you have a positive attitude, you can do anything.
Right.
I was like, Emerson, what about this? And he was like, nope.
If you're good enough,
It's been done before and it won't work.
and you're smart enough,
Yeah.
And lucky.
and you're lucky enough,
And you're lucky and you're resourceful enough.
Even if your product is good, if it's an A plus,
yeah,
You still got to get lucky.
you what then?
you can
Okay,
get paid.
you devoted your life to this,
can
but you
get
still can't
paid
fucking
to
make it
lose
happen.
someone else's money.
Yeah.
So you're not in the hole. You get the director's fees. You get the script fees. You don't get any points on the back end because there are no points on the back end. You are in the hole. You maybe don't get to do it again because you
I'm
lost
saying
somebody
if
You
you
go to
make
movie
a product,
jail.
$15 million.
if you make a product with your own money, you went
Yeah.
out and raised, and you made it by yourself, and you put the team together, and it's an A plus product.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do then? You can't win.
No, not really.
You put it on the shelf, and you're like, good job, guys.
I did find
shop
out
it
that
around.
movies apparently make money at festivals. Didn't know that until I went to this distribution seminar.
Why? Because like A24 is sitting in the audience, and like, we'll take it.
No, actually, it's because the people that go to watch those movies at festivals pay tickets to.
Oh, and you get.
Yeah,
I mean, you probably don't make money from that.
yeah, you
but
actually do. There was some kid that was at the thing that was talking about how he, I guess it was international festivals or whatever, but they were in like 20 grand for these sales people, festival sales agents or like whatever, and they were like, oh well, maybe we might make that money back to just like cover paying them, and they actually made 40 grand after they did the whole festival circuit out of it. So
Right, but what they spend on the film?
it looked like very little.
Yeah, like 10 grand.
Right.
So you got a $30,000 profit. That's what I mean. Generally speaking, I'm the amount that you spend.
We're playing a game of very small margins.
You're not going to make that back.
But opposite to you, maybe perhaps directly inverse to how you were feeling, I left our first podcast recording feeling totally inspired because of the fact that, like, it doesn't matter. You can't expect movies to make money anymore. You can do whatever you want.
So you're free to do whatever.
That.
Yeah.
Fine, I'll do it.
We didn't get a
Coconut water.
right.
Is that Jessica Alba?
If he just takes a sip, that's all he does. Comes in and goes. He just tests the product after all the hoopla, the uprising, he just cracks it. It's the first time you see someone take a sip, and he goes, ah. What's German for good? Bien.
Bien. French German, yeah. Yeah.
We're like,
Yes.
wait, was that Hitler? Just out of
He's in like
nowhere.
a hairnet with an apron covered in like green coconut shit.
He's like one of the testers, like Lucy.
So I mean, as you were saying that there's whole companies that are producing movies now. We Transfer made a movie. Coconut water could make this movie.
This is a pitch for Jessica Alba.
This is a pitch for Jessica Alba.
They'd be like, guys, get the fuck out of my office right now. But wait, but read the last page. Read the last page.
No, it ends. It
We
has
bring
a
it all
happy
home.
ending.
I promise you.
Yeah.
I promise you. We bring it all home.
Bien. They're like, that's not even fucking German. It's like, no, but in this universe, he's Spanish.
Well, the question is, so we begin the movie. He's, grandpa, and he's regaling the story of his
Yeah.
Grandpa.
is it how he found himself amidst a monkey uprising in another dimension. And the question becomes, how does he get back? Or where is he now that he can tell this story to his grandkid? Maybe the big reveal, though, is that we pull back and this grandkid is a chimp.
Yeah, that's good.
Good is gut. Like alles gut.
Good.
Yeah.
What about very, very good?
Das gut.
Das
Das
alles
ist
gut.
gut. Yeah.
Das gut is maybe the title of the
Das
film.
gut. Sounds like das gut.
So his monkey...
Sehr gut.
Sehr gut.
Sehr gut.
So his monkey or half monkey grandkid, because of course Hitler must take an ape wife. Mm-hmm. He does the sign language, and he says
He has to sign with his wife.
yes.
That's
All the other
beautiful.
chimps can speak.
But his wife can't speak.
And she's the chimp from Congo. And she's, my name's Amy.
She's mute.
So
And she's beautiful.
So what if Hitler's dropped into the factory and he is like a low level worker? He can't, he's not in charge of anything. How he got there, we can figure out. But he does start to amass a bit of a following. He has like 4 other chimps that follow him around, like a little SS, and he just like causing trouble.
He
And they're like,
starts
God
to-
damn it, get him out of here. He's causing trouble with his little gang of SS followers.
in a way
Right.
of wanting to gain power, or just in like a
we
kind of
talking-
shitheaded kind of a way. Like he's just having
No,
fun.
And are
he's
they
trying to
actual
gain
Germans,
power.
or
Yeah.
are they monkeys who
They're monkeys.
have put on the regalia?
Yeah.
Because
Oh,
they
yeah.
like monkey see, monkey
They had
do.
no idea who he was. He showed up and he's starting to like conscript these other chimps. And he's like, boys, we don't have to check every coconut. We can get others to do it for us.
Right. And as these, monkey see, monkey do, he has a problem with these monkeys picking up his mannerisms, some of which may blow his cover, leading to the factory owners recognizing that they have in their employ Space Hitler.
A big problem.
Which is, it doesn't look good when the
The
inspectors...
orangutans are like, what's going on over
on
there
behalf of
in Section D?
the Honest Tea Company, they teleconference in, and it's a shot of Jessica Alba, but like chest up because she has to adjust the camera first.
Topless.
It was cleavage, just
Cleavage.
big but a long cleavage.
Yeah.
It's an aberration on
It's
the
a
lens.
very, very long cleavage.
It's like the ship in the beginning of Star Wars, but you have to go all
I
the way
feel like someone
up.
did that.
What?
Like a
have
scary
long
movie
cleavage?
or someone did that where like the cleavage just like kept going up. It's like a
Damn.
Naked Gun thing.
Yeah. I mean, I like the sound of that.
But
Yeah.
it's great.
Yeah.
We can bring it
We'll
back.
bring it back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a callback.
For the modern audience.
Right. And so, yeah, the problem
Also,
is...
you do get to see a pair of chimp tits, but they look just like human tits. Like she like pulls up her thing, and it's just like cut to like
Pair
real
of
boobs.
Human boobs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Sort of
It's
one,
like,
one of
what?
the requirements from our producers is that we include nudity.
Yeah.
So we cut it in, like in the sex scenes.
Yeah.
But so, okay, so now we've got, he's ingratiated himself into the factory. He
Quietly.
yeah, except for, his followers are getting a little rambunctious.
Yeah.
They've started to pick up his mannerisms. They've started to draw.
He's soapboxing like at
ugly
the end of the night. Lights are off.
They've started to draw ugly symbols in the sand with their fingers.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing that he realizes is that his planet is so far away and he wants to get home, but perhaps he's found a new home here
Yeah.
on this monkey world.
That's his kind of character change that he has.
So you think
transformation that
right,
he goes through. Yeah.
He accepts
his new
his
home,
place.
his new life.
He
Yeah.
finds a way through the portal, and he ends up in Jessica Alba's house in her kitchen.
Oh, that's a climactic scene where
But
he has to decide if
I
he
think
wants to come back to Earth or if he wants to stick to his...
He goes back to Earth because that's what he thinks he wants to do.
Right.
But then he ultimately makes the decision, no, I want to go back
Right.
to Coconut Planet.
And that's where he returns to, you see the gaze from one of the female monkeys.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Amy.
And you get the little
Amy, yeah.
You get the little twinkle in Amy's eye. And you know that Amy becomes his wife. They have a bunch of children.
Many
That's good.
children.
That's good.
Many children, and it ends with him reading to his monkey grandchild in
Yeah.
bed, which is the first time that we reveal
Yeah.
that he remained on Monkey Planet. It's not really a bedroom so much as it is like a little hutch,
Yeah.
a little cheeky hutch.
Even in that moment, Jessica Alba could proposition him that I love you. I want you to stay here on Earth and be my...
Jessica Alba loves Hitler.
Yeah.
She has a little room, like a secret room
to
that's
be
got
my-
like all the
all his
vintage
stuff.
my co-CEO.
His
we
greatest hits.
run my
crazy.
billion-dollar
collection.
business as husband and wife. And he says, no,
He says,
I want to go back to Amy.
my place is with my people.
Mm-hmm.
Mine, how do we say that in German? My place is with mine people.
That's how you say it.
That's how you say it in
Yeah.
German, yeah.
Mine people.
My heart is mit the monkey.
How does he get to this planet?
I thought they
They
dealt
sent
with
him
that.
they sent him in a pod.
We don't
and just
spend too
shoot him
much
out.
time on that.
Yeah.
Right. Well, do we even need to? Can he just start in this world? And it's just like, yeah, he's there.
I feel like we need to see him getting punished.
Yeah, he doesn't appear until
You know.
the third act. Well, okay, so in the beginning of the movie, right?
Maybe this
he's
is his punishment where it's like, you're out of here, dude. You're fucking off the planet.
He signs to his grandkid. He's like, his
his mute
grandkid is like,
grandkid,
Grandpa,
yeah.
will you tell me a story with symbols? And we don't yet know that this old man with a gray, small mustache, played by an actor, Gene Hackman.
Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman.
Sorry, played by Hugh Jackman, is who we will find out who he is, and so he gets Grandpa, will you tell me
Yeah.
a story?
There are
Hugh
And
Jackman would slay this role.
I,
Actually.
There are
I actually
hints.
think
This
it
would be his
really
first
good.
Oscar, finally.
The first Oscar.
And so he decides, he pulls out a book, but it's an old book, and it's his book. He's been writing this since the start of art school. Actually, it's his diary, and
Since the start of art
bigger
school.
and
It's
bigger
been
and
a
bigger.
while.
He runs out of pages, so he starts using banana leaves, and he's like. He starts a story, and his grandkid is like, no, you already read that part. Read me like the end of the story.
But how does he know his son is signing to him? If we don't,
He's been on the planet for long enough that
but if we don't show that, if we don't reveal that his son is a chimp,
with just little hands.
Human hands.
Human hands.
Oh, so because
As
he's
like
half
a
and
running
half.
theme. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We see like maybe like glimpses of etc. It's movie magic here.
So the redemption for Hitler is actually that he comes to accept that there's other people out there, and he in fact falls in love with one.
He falls in love with somebody
A different species.
He accepts a more working class.
So actually, you got exactly what you didn't want. We fully redeemed him, and now he's the hero.
Sometimes you surprising.
Well, no.
things happen.
Wait.
What?
After he gets done, he realizes that he finishes the story with like a tear in his eye. He realizes that his monkey grandson is already fast asleep, dreaming of bananas.
Mm-hmm.
And he takes a couple steps out of the room, right? He sees Amy snoring in the other room.
Beautiful Amy.
Beautiful Amy.
Yeah.
And he looks onto the refrigerator and he sees a photo of himself leading Germany, and he sees how wicked he used to be. And
so then he kills himself.
Yes,
Yeah. Oh, so it kind of has a sad ending.
it's got a down ending.
Yeah.
We can't redeem him.
No. It's you think
Yeah, he has to die.
he finally found family, and then he
Finally, but he doesn't deserve this.
but he doesn't deserve it. So then he shoots himself.
As he is, as he walks out of his monkey hutch,
Yeah.
and the ghosts of all of the people that he's responsible for their deaths, sort of come to him, and he knows that he cannot be redeemed. He knows that it's his time to go, and he knows that
beautiful.
he's going to be pulled into the fires
How does he
of
do it?
space hell for all time. And
The guns are made of bananas.
he can't do it with a banana gun. It's just he's tried before. It just mashes right into his ear.
Yeah. He's been suicidal for a while.
It comes and goes.
Yeah.
He's
He
been-
puts
it's-
himself into the coconut machine, and it squirts him out into a liquid into her house, and it's just like a jelly that comes out,
comes out,
and a
they
little
drink it, and
Nazi
it's
pin at the
delicious.
end.
Yeah.
and Jessica Alba, not noticing,
Not even realizing it.
she goes to drink it.
Yeah.
She takes a sip, and she says,
Das gut. She looks at the camera and she says, das gut.
"This is delicious."
Don't forget to buy my Honest Tea by Jessica Alba.
That's a great ending.
Yeah, and then the logo for
Honest Tea.
Honest Tea.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Written and directed
Starring
and produced by
Jessica Alba.
Honest Tea, starring Jessica Alba.
Yeah.
Hugh Jackman.
She's entertaining guests, so she doesn't realize that the jelly coming out of the faucet is
Right.
Hitler's
It's different.
remains.
Yeah.
So then she's chatting, and she's like, "Oh my god, yeah, we bought this piece over here in Ibiza. It was wonderful." And
She's
then
older now too.
Yeah.
She's pushing 70.
Yeah, she's like a doddering, but she's still smoking. We
She's still
do the
smoking,
trick again
smoke
where
show.
she might be like in her 80s, but her tits are still young.
Yeah, and why
Like
does
we
she pull
cut
her
away.
tits out?
Long
Like
cleavage.
to put on her slip.
She's entertaining guests, right? She's got the jelly,
Yep.
and she decides she wants to do an outfit change.
Right.
And okay, because we got to show her fresh tits. She's 80.
She's 80, but those things aren't.
Yeah.
Nope. Those things,
She's got to put on a slip,
they
and she's
could be
entertaining
40s.
guests.
Yeah, she puts on her best slip.
She puts on her best slip. This is an older, distinguished guest.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, this is a gentleman caller.
After, this is the last one at the party.
I was thinking it was,
Uh-huh.
it was a home full of guests.
It was.
Of distinguished, but now there's only one
now
left.
there's only one left.
Yeah.
And
so this is
she
her
had poured
final
him-
drink.
She poured him this, cup of, and so he's out there and he's waiting. He isn't naked yet, but
But he
he's
will
got
be.
a couple of buttons undone.
Yeah.
And he says,
He knows what's about to happen. Coconut water makes you wild.
"Darling, have you done something different with this stuff?"
Oh, he's got a cup
He
of
swirls it
the
around.
Hitler juice too.
He
He's
swirls
got a
it. She
cup.
made it for him.
Yeah.
And he swirls it around his cup. He says, "Darling, did you do something different with
Are
this
these
stuff?"
the pink coconuts?
And she grabs it. She says, She notices the color. She's an expert. She swirls it around. She takes a sip. She says, "Das ist gut."
She takes a sip and she's like, ooh, like
Tastes like
repulsed a little bit.
bratwurst.
But then she goes in for another one and she can't stop herself and she chugs the
she's
whole thing.
chugging the whole
She's
thing.
like, oh my God.
wow.
kind of in an unladylike kind of a way.
Yeah.
That's
It's
how
like,
good it is.
Wipes her lips.
Oh my
Das
God.
gut.
So are we setting ourselves up for a sequel?
Oh, we
where
could have many sequels.
Jessica Alba
She's possessed now.
Yeah.
by the spirit of Space Hitler.
Yeah, and her youth returns.
Oh my God.
It's a youth elixir. Yeah. It
So
brings
this is
her
a
back.
horror film.
It ends up.
It's got a lot of genres. Yeah. It's
Well,
it's a
the sequel could be more
it's a
so.
genre
mixed bag.
agnostic,
Yeah.
but I do like the idea in the sequel that Jessica Alba starts feeding people into, and she starts feeding monkeys into the space juicer.
So then they really need to have an uprising.
So now they
Or
really
just
need, and it's
celebrities,
actually
not
the
monkeys.
grandson of
The grandson who's the
Space
leader,
Hitler.
who's leading the fight against Honest Tea.
Bingo.
Yeah.
You read my mind. You took the
What
words
about
right
her?
out of my
Oh,
mouth.
but it has to be like powerful humans that make it so good. And she has all these powerful friends. And
Oh, so
she
that's-
leads them into this, like, she's like, come with me. I want to take you on a trip.
So she
Yoink,
starts
into the
murdering her
thing.
friends.
Yeah.
She starts murdering Meghan
It
Markle.
takes her a while to realize it, though. So first, she juices a lot of monkeys, and then she
Mm-hmm.
juices a little of the higher up monkeys, and then she juices some gorillas, and it keeps tasting better and better and
You
better.
find out that the more powerful you are, the
Right.
sweeter the juice.
You could throw Hitler into the juicer like much earlier into the film and then go down this road. And it's more a film about her murdering her friends. And
Well, this is a sequel,
yeah, this is the
this
sequel,
happens
yeah.
in the sequel.
right? So we're
Honest
going
T2.
Honest T2,
Honest 2.
T2,
Honest T2.
Honest T. Oh yeah,
You could do just like a debt.
a little honest
like
T2.
Yeah.
Right. And
Yeah.
then, ultimately at the end of this movie, she herself goes into the juicer,
Yeah.
and on the other side,
It's her housekeeper.
her housekeeper is in a little glass Jessica Alba coconut juice from space, because she's become the most powerful woman in the universe, most powerful female
Businesswoman.
lady entrepreneur.
Lady entrepreneur.
And she goes into the juicer, and on the other side,
She slips and falls into the juicer
on a banana,
on a goddamn banana peel.
Because she's 90 years old at this point.
which happens throughout.
Yeah, but she has full youth. It's the fountain of youth. That's maybe the name.
Yeah, but you got to keep drinking it. If you slip up, you start losing the powers.
Yeah, yeah. It's
So that
it's
you
a-
get-
it's
and
a
you get
bit,
more and more desperate.
There's a little bit of Dune in here.
Oh, there's some Dune, all right.
There's some Dune. There's some Star Wars.
This is the only portal to Earth.
Right,
So
and
there's
it
a
just
lot of
comes
battles
through
over
the
this
juicer.
one. And like, yeah, the monkeys currently have hold over the portal and they're sending coconut juice.
Mm-hmm.
But like, there's only one portal. So there's a lot of like politicking and
Yeah.
even warfare that goes over this one little
Once
portal.
they
'Cause,
figure
like,
out that they could put people through the portal,
Yeah.
and it tastes even better, then it becomes we start sending people into the portal.
and you have J.K. Simmons who's like, a what? A portal? Well, what are they sending? Coconut juice. Why the fuck are they sending coconut juice? Where does it go? Monkeys. He's just in an office like burn after reading. Like, yeah, there's monkeys.
This is the beginning of the
in a
sequel that brings us
factory.
up to
He's
speed.
breaking.
What
he's
the
breaking
fuck?
the story.
This is how we get everybody up to like recap.
Yeah.
Jessica Alba
Yeah.
drank what?
It's a factory run by monkeys.
He does it's a big spit take. He has a bottle of this coconut juice, and he goes. He spits it out, and he's like, "This is delicious."
Yeah.
But then he turns the bottle, and he sees, and instead of not made with monkey labor, it says made exclusively with monkey labor.
Happily with monkey labor.
Happily.
With happy
How
monkeys.
the hell?
And instead of like
Yeah.
making it a priority, he's like, well, let's keep an eye on it.
Right.
Oh, so he's not really proactive about
Yeah,
breaking
'cause
the
he's like,
story.
oh,
Well,
let's keep an eye on it.
he doesn't
Yeah.
know that they're feeding that Jessica Alba's empire
There's a
has
portal.
been feeding powerful people.
But he
into it
doesn't look into the
until
story.
he becomes one of
we
those
just
portable
introduce
people.
him as a newspaper editor who doesn't really do much about it.
Yeah.
He just
That's amazing.
It's a degree of
incredible.
realism.
Yeah.
All right, I'm on a deadline.
Yeah, and you got any more of this stuff?
Yeah.
And so the end of
Have you ever seen Perfume?
Yeah,
It could
I read
be a
the
little
book.
bit like that, like the juice. There's something about this juice that's different than everything else, and like Earth citizens are obsessed with it.
yeah, and they
It's
don't
like,
know.
I don't know what's going on with this juice. It's interplanetary.
Meanwhile, people are being offered free trips by the Honest Tea Company,
Influencers
Yeah.
and such.
and they just fly the planes
With, like, the guy from
directly
Virgin.
into the juicer.
What's his
They-
name?
They back up the plane and then they just
Richard
drop all the
Bronson.
people.
Yeah, Richard Branson.
Richard
Richard
Branson.
Branson makes an excellent juice.
Yeah.
He's the one shuttling people back
Barack
and forth.
Obama tastes a little like broccoli.
Broccoli Obama is on the flight as well.
And at the very end, Jessica Alba slips on a banana peel. She goes into the juicer.
Yeah.
And on the other side, it spills out. The earth has become like a barren wasteland, right? And all of the people have gone to, they've been killing each other over this juice.
Yeah.
And so the juicer just like spills out some drops of Jessica Alba onto the
People are
beautiful
fighting over it.
marble floor.
There's a
Yeah.
fire. Everything's on fire. Her kitchen, you can see the fire coming. The house has been destroyed. Her
Yeah.
whole neighborhood's been destroyed.
and
But the kitchen's intact. The
It's-
faucet's intact.
things
Yeah.
are overgrown around, like the jungle has sort of come back, and you see this like juice dripping across her palazzo marble floor, and a finger goes into it, and it dips itself into the juice,
And it's
and then it goes up to the lips, and we pull out, and it's a baby monkey,
It's
and it all
I was gonna
starts
say
again.
it was
was it the grandchild?
No, this one's just Jessica Alba's baby monkey.
Who's the
it's
guy
her
that
baby
died?
monkey.
Wears a diaper.
Hugh Jackman, but the other one.
Gene
I
Hackman.
was gonna say it's been Gene Hackman.
This
It's
is
like raspberry.
It's AI Gene Hackman.
Yeah, the
Finally.
baby monkey is played by,
By AI
Jessica
Gene
Alba's
Hackman.
pet baby monkey,
Yeah.
who finally, and he has an
Yeah.
idea.
Oh, she has a pet baby monkey.
She brought
her
him
house.
back. Well, he actually,
Like
yes.
he's
More
in the
of a-
house with
more of
her.
a prisoner,
when she was on the
too.
monkey planet, she was
Yeah.
like, "I want that one."
Yeah, she's
She's
got a
more of a
spider
prisoner.
monkey.
yeah.
Maybe that baby monkey could have orchestrated her death. He set the banana peel.
Whoa! So she thinks it's a baby monkey, but it's actually just a genius monkey that's
It's
small.
actually a genius war hero monkey. Yeah.
Wants to run the factory.
Yeah.
Who's been undercover this whole time?
Who's
as a
been undercover this
baby
whole time.
monkey with
You
a
could
diaper,
call it
Waiting
the
for the
factory.
perfect moment to strike.
with one of those safety pins.
Yeah.
Diapers.
Yep. And that sets up the third one. That sets up us for Honest 3.
There's no humans.
Yeah, it's
Just
perfect.
100% monkeys, and it's animated.
Well,
Yeah.
it has to be.
Well, or kind of
Just
Andy,
because it
Andy
has to
Serkis
be.
style, super
Super
realistic.
CGI.
Shrek. Shrek
Like
3.
Shrek. Kind of like Shrek, yeah.
Boys, I think we've gotten to, new territory here.
Let's do it.
I think
Well done.
somebody's going to like this movie.
I think this is a movie that nobody has ever thought of before.
I don't know.
It's got elements that are familiar.
Of
but
course,
then again,
but
it's full
this
of
is,
elements that are completely unfamiliar.
this is what people want. They
It's
want,
got a brand sponsor.
yeah.
It's got important
Volkswagen.
A-lister celebrities that bring people to the seats.
Yep.
And most importantly, it's got a message, which is that there is no redemption for Hitler.
Das gut.
Thank you.
That is an important message to remember. Thank you.
And good night.
And good night. Bye.